so intense that I actually nut in the midst of that damn pussy.
If I really
And then at that point, I don't give a fuck if you came in 1 minute.
Hey, if you're an independent artist that's looking for a platform to showcase your skills, looking for an opportunity to shine, perform live from Unspoken Atlanta exclusive performances.
It has to be so intense that I actually nut in the midst of that damn pussy.
If I really
And then at that point, I don't give a fuck if you came in 1 minute.
I wouldn't do that shit. Oh, ain't no friendly faces out there. Only your just desserts. Who are you? I guess the better question is, what have I become? Look, I don't know what the fuck you talking about, man. Your life. Your life is my failure. What? I messed it up for you. Sending some shitty ass cubicle. Wiping the white man's ass or the white man? White man ain't your problem. Not yet. Nah, I don't have problems. I solve them. You know, your fear that the worst thing Dad did come true for you. For us, that's bullshit. He never cared about anybody but himself. He said he was working for the people, but as soon as somebody cost him, what'd he do? He threw him right under the bus. And here you are, talking about the white man's ass when everybody gotta kiss your ass, all else. I help people. Help people? Oh my God, you listen to yourself? God damn. What about Mr. White? What about him? What about Kev or Rob or Manboy or Dad and all the niggas you and your little motherfucking means don't try to on in between? Tiana, Khadijah, Lenny, Corvell, him, her, bodies. They're all dead. Is that how you help people, frankly?
Hey, if you're an independent artist that's looking for a platform to showcase your skills, looking for an opportunity to shine, perform live from Unspoken Atlanta exclusive performances.
Season in the building. I'm sure they see this OT, came in to show love. Unspoken Atlanta. Salute to Niger. Salute to the whole game, man. Real ones respect real ones. And look forward to the content. It's coming real soon.
Can't wait for y'all to see this content, baby.
Sure.
We're doing the same episode, right?
Hey y'all, we about to. Never mind. You want like the official pictures, or you just taking pictures?
He wanted to get a good picture. Last time he didn't get it. He had the.
I would probably, I ain't gonna lie, I would do it probably afterwards.
No, I probably won't be there.
Oh, you got the side? Oh, that's why.
Yeah, I probably won't be here. No. Why you trying to have your shoes on like me and stuff?
I know that. I saw that. The funny thing is, I don't never wear these either. Like, no.
I see you in place. I see you in place.
Hey, just.
Yeah? What? Huh? Who was it?
Cheater! Cheater!
You ready for that? You better see me. You know,
Oh, he got a big ass jug.
You know he got a big ass jug. It changed like every time though, but it be the same size. We ain't never seen it in a clear one.
Lex, give me your phone real quick. Or slide your phone in the corner. Slide your phone to the corner right there. Oh, right there, whatever. Yeah.
yeah, that way. Alright, cool. Alright.
You just say. It's a quiet
Ash
group in there.
Ash
He
ain't
said Ash not here. It's a quiet group in there though. They kind of yeah. Yeah.
Come on, she be the ringleader. Talking.
Um.
You know, we was waiting on the splash. I'm out 2 cups
other side. Your grass.
I don't know. You gotta jump the fence to see him.
I think it depends on like the situation. But I think a lot of people think that it's green on the other side, and it's not. Because I feel like most people still kind of run into like the same situations or the same problems. But you want me?
Now y'all good.
This tastes good.
Right. The rest of the other shit you drink.
Okay, but okay, do I think the grass is green on the other side? I think it depends on the situation. I think it depends on what's going on. Possibly how it ends, the person that you're dealing with. Most of the time, I don't think it's that much greener, but like I said, I think it depends on the situation. You know?
I mean, it could be. I mean, it depends on what type of grass you're looking for. Like, if you into the same thing, you go after the same thing that you just left out of, then hell no. But if you're looking for something that was better than your last situation, then, you know, it's going to be greener. I feel. I mean, unless you just don't know what you're looking for, like I said. Like,
have you ever thought the grass was green on the other side and it wasn't, or it was?
That's a tough question. Yeah and no.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, because like I said, it was different in the aspect of like what I was used to, but then you know some people still have the same like traits, or it might be the same personality or something. So you might not necessarily get everything that you're looking for. You know?
Yeah.
Grass might be a little bit taller. You know what I'm saying?
Not taller.
Yeah, you know, different stuff. You might can walk with your shoes off in this grass, but the one before you had to put your,
Right,
put
you was walking on your tippy toes?
Yeah, you know, had to put a blanket down. Can't do picnics in all the grasses.
You're so crazy.
Who tends to think the grass is greener more?
Women?
I think men, because y'all always be cheating.
We always get caught cheating.
Always cheating.
You always get caught cheating.
Women don't cheat that much.
Why they don't?
I don't think so.
Like I said, you just don't get caught. We know what you're doing. I was raised by women, so I already know how it goes.
You was raised by certain women.
I was raised by the women.
Okay. Well,
my sister was born in the 80s, my mom was born in the 60s, her mom was born in the 40s.
So they was all cheating?
No, they just knew that it, like what y'all say all the time, what one nigga want to do, the next one will. So that means you already got your Rolodex ready for the motherfucker to do.
I mean, you gotta have a little something on the side,
okay,
just in case.
See, now we do it. Now we being truthful now, guys. Now we being truthful, guys. We just, you know.
But I don't know, I think men always think it's green on the other side. I think that's why they always like are ready to chase for something different. I feel like women be okay where they at unless they're not happy, then they decide. But I feel like men could be happy and still be searching, you know what I'm saying? Or still dipping and dabbing at times, you know? So I don't know, that's why I think men think it's green on the other side more so than women.
I say women because they always searching.
No, we not. I don't know what type of women you dealing with, but I ain't. If I'm with you, I'm with you. Like, that's how I feel. But I can't speak for everybody. Yeah, until you're not. Then, like I said, you pull out them things out the pocket.
Yeah, okay. So.
Exactly. Go back to your
but
DMs,
you already knew what he had to offer, so you already knew that grass would possibly be greener than the one that you eat.
It happens like that sometimes, because women do date sometimes off of potential, but then you always be fucked up at the end, so.
There you go. So, it's green. They play the grass green. Okay. We know the shit might not be green, but I'm just jumping the fence just to see. I'm just jumping the fence just to see. Just to see. And if not, that's why niggas always come back.
Have you ever had a good girl but still was like, I guess, searching other options too?
Not. No.
No? Okay. Just ask.
I mean, you know, keep your eye out. Cause, you know,
Which one?
I don't know. You kind of put me on the spot, but nah, I'm sticking my first one. Nah.
You can be truthful.
Yeah. Yeah, no problem.
So you lying?
Yeah, no.
What needs to happen What needs to happen for you to convince someone that your grass is greener? Does that make sense?
Yeah. To convince somebody your grass is greener, I think just be yourself. You know, I don't think you have to fake it till you make it or tell them how you feel. I think just show it. Like, just be yourself, and I think the right person gonna rock with you. You know?
Yeah.
So.
That's what I was gonna say. Be true to you. I mean, you're not gonna necessarily know the person that you with fully. You know what I'm saying? That's the part of growth with that person. But as long as you stay true to yourself and just actually put your best foot forward with what you trying to get out of this situation or relationship, whatever y'all calling it nowadays.
Yeah, and I think that's what be the hard part when people date. I feel like people are always trying to be something that they're not or something that they think the person wants to date instead of just being themselves. Right. And that's why I think they always say, like, you know, towards or during your relationship, people's true colors come out. Right. And the true colors is just them being like themselves, you know? So I don't think people start off with like that intention at first. So, yeah.
But I feel like men, we I won't say made, but we're looked at to keep ourselves at a certain standard for y'all because we know that
women only go on for certain stuff.
Yeah. So it's like shit, I can't be no broke nigga, but then again I don't want to spend all my resources and then have nothing. Then she gonna leave me because I am broke. I can't be this certified lover boy, then she gonna want me to stay in the house all the time.
Right. Can't be too soft, can't be too tough.
Nah, you gotta be right in the middle, guys. Just stay true to you, but still just watch what you're doing out there.
Yeah.
And if she don't like it, then go to the other side.
Have you ever went back to someone after realizing the grass wasn't greener?
No. I don't never double back.
Think of
He has. I never double back, like ever. If we done, we done. On to the next.
I don't think so. I don't think I have. Not that I can recall.
No. You know you done went back and slid back in their DMs. Stop.
I'm trying to think. I don't think I have though.
No.
I think if I was with somebody and then we broke up or whatever like that, I don't think I necessarily ran to the next situation or to stay on topic. I don't think I just instantly went to the other side to see if it was something better. Like I either missed what I had and tired of being out here just fucking with different motherfuckers.
So then did you go back?
Yeah.
Ish? Okay.
Go back-ish, yeah.
Okay.
But it ain't never been a situation where I left this person for another person and then
and
been
then
like,
you went back.
Nah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, that's
okay, I can
kind
see
of
that.
wrong. Yeah.
Yeah, no, same.
So, like what she said, once I'm done, though, like, unless you just got the good magic.
Oh my God.
And I might be back. I might, you might spin the bin, you know what I'm talking about? Shoot the club up. No, I'm just kidding.
No, you're not.
You're stuck now, baby.
In conclusion, is the grass greener on the other side?
Did we get to that point? Is it greener?
It could be. Possibly.
Right. It possibly could be greener.
Depending on what subdivision you move into.
Oh my gosh.
You know?
Yeah, so in conclusion, I think based off the situation, the grass could be greener on the other side. In most cases, I think it is greener on the other side now that I'm thinking about it. Because if you leave in a certain situation, you leaving for a reason. Right. So there's no reason to double back. So now I'm thinking about it. I'm like, yeah, I never went back to like any of my exes. So yes, the grass is green on the other side. Learn from your past experiences and use it in your new relationship. That's how I feel.
Yeah, I agree. Grass is definitely greener. I think I said that, right?
I think you did.
I started off with hell yeah. Then I started off with hell yeah. Yeah. I did. Yeah. Go to the other side, my boy. You can play kickball over there. You can have a picnic.
Not
you know
a
what I'm
picnic.
saying? Take your shoes off.
Right, the grass a little softer.
A little softer. You twig your toes in there, you know.
The grass
barbecue.
real green on my side, so.
See what I'm saying? You better get over there.
All right, so
I'm going to break. Stay tuned. More Unspoken.
This is live.
Yeah.
What happened, Jada?
We out.
So you got the signs up like Stanley though. Stay out my grave.
Stay off my freaking grass.
And break.
Beyonce and Jay-Z call me yet, but you know.
Like everybody starts somewhere.
Yeah,
you know
so I'm very grateful, and I
and then like you in the right area, you know, cause like Atlanta. I mean, I get it. It's not a major market, but you come down, somebody like Phaedra, you know what I'm saying? She might not be that big nationwide, but in Atlanta, she royalty.
She is.
She might end up with Jay-Z and Beyonce in her house.
Okay.
And they like, hey,
who did this?
Who did this?
Who
got
did
this for you?
Yeah, exactly. Yes. I mean, so I'm studying architecture because I just learned all this on my own. Yeah. But now I'm just like learning like different things. And so now I'm just learning like the architecture side of stuff, and that's really pretty much it. But honestly, I love it though.
Nah, that's really where it's going to jump though. When you can start coming in on the development and start telling them how in the early stages of building a home, how it can help.
Absolutely. So, and that's the thing, like when you get into architecture, that's when you can start doing the spacing for like walls and everything. So I'm not quite there yet, but I could look at something now and be like, if you take that down and push and make that wall open a concept like that, but I don't have like the actual like manpower yet to do it, but it will get contractors. But other than that, I'm getting a little recognized, so I'm excited. You know,
that's what's up. I got a friend of mine who just bought a house and he just got in good with some contacts. He did some real good work on his basement. I like to put y'all in touch. Like you can look at the work that he did, and like I know he working with them. They starting to offer a lot of finance offers. That might be something that can help you. You know what I'm saying? You can start using them.
Yes.
Because they did his name Quentin Friendly. He just worked with me, but he do a lot of stuff around Atlanta. Been here a while.
Okay. My face look okay? I don't look like I'm sweating or anything.
Oh no.
Quiet on set. So, what generational traumas or curses need to be broken?
Oh. I'll say that's a good question. Yeah. I'm gonna think maybe we need to start having more family reunions. I think there's not a lot of. Is that the right question? I mean, is that right? Oh, I think I will have to say, I don't think we have as many family reunions as much as we used to.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I mean, because we just had our first one in Pittsburgh about 3 years ago, like a little right after the COVID, and I was like, literally our first one. Yeah. So to me, I thought that was pretty good because we don't see that as much no more. Back in the day, in the 90s, you used to see people with all the different color shirts and everything like that, but you don't see that as much. And not just because of COVID, but I think we just don't do it as much because some families are just really disconnected.
And I think, like, I agree, but, like, one way I look at it is, like, what if the families are disconnected because, like, those generational traumas have been broken? Like, I might not want to be exposed to, like, what I used to go around all the time as a kid or see what I've seen because, like, the status may be broken. And I just feel like, for me, one thing about generational traumas is, like, you can take the steps to, like, try and break them, but I always feel like generational traumas happen, like, a generation before.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like looking at, like, certain scenarios with families, kids that I've worked with in the past because I've coached and stuff like that, like, life might not look the same for them as it did for their parents, but I can tell by things that they've done by being exposed to more, like, that when they have kids, like, okay, like, they might not have the breakthrough, but they've seen what needs to be done to get us out of here. So I feel like a lot of people go through, like, certain things as adults to try and break generational traumas.
No, I agree. And I feel like now in our generation, I feel like we're a little bit more connected because one, social media, so you can reach out to people a little bit more. You may not pick up the phone as much, but now you got social media, you got Facebook, Instagram. I mean, sometimes you can not talk to your own best friend for 3 months, but you'll talk to her on Instagram but not maybe pick up the phone
and know everything that's going on.
Right.
But I also think the counter to that as well, it makes it easier to contact people, but also, like, it exposes you to more.
It does.
You got people giving seminars on how to get bread.
Oh, yeah.
How
Oh, yeah.
to, you know, you can learn pretty much anything, like
And
trades.
Everything. But I feel like, too, how we are breaking a lot of stuff is that I feel like social media has a big part, believe it or not, to help break some of this stuff.
Yeah.
You got a lot of people that's on there that's mostly, you'll see people with a lot of inspiration of working out, trying to get money, trying to, as they say, get the bag or whatever like that. Some of our generation wasn't exposed to that inspiration. So now we got people with podcasts, webinars, all type of different genres of life. So if you ask me, social media is a big, complete, good platform for us to help break some of that stuff. Because other people, somebody can look at you, Jeter, and say, hey, you know, I like how he's working out now, or how, you know, inspiring the next person. So to me, that's breaking up all the other stuff that our parents didn't get to do. And they weren't privy to any of that stuff.
Exactly.
So, you know.
I agree. Like, and then, like you said, I just think like information being more widespread is really helping. Like, it's showing people resources and avenues to just do more that you probably couldn't do when your parents were that age. And then on top of that, like, I think you just got a lot of people that are coming into the age where now that they also have all those resources and they have access to all these information, they're able to see situations where they've been shortchanged as adults. Like, especially once they have that aha moment when they get grown, you be like, oh, okay, so this how life really worked. But then I remember my mama doing this. Nah, I'm not doing shit like that now that I'm grown. Like,
absolutely, yeah. I mean, and it's just like, too, for us, this all even stems back to even dating. We all got our traumas come back to, like, I was raised with a single mom. You know, I was married before, and, you know, there's different things I would do different going forward in the next relationship. But I feel like anything that was past, and I think we all have some underneath unseen past trauma we maybe dealt with. Maybe one may not be as much as the other, but we all have it, you know. But I would feel like it goes back to basically relationships, getting better relationships. Like, the way we were raised shows up how we are in our relationships, marriages, relationships, all type of things. So now we got to work. Now there's attachment styles. There's different things. So we're breaking those things. We're listening more. We're paying attention. Like, again, this goes back to social media being part of breaking some of that up. What you think?
I agree too. I agree because, like you said, I think, especially like you said, as it relates to relationships, like what you saw when you grow up, how you were treated, how you were raised, like that impression is on you, and that's how you move when you become an adult.
Yeah.
And you start dealing with, you know what I'm saying, dating.
That's
so,
right.
Like, I feel like that plays a big part in it. Like, and that's one reason, like, I talk to a lot of people and like my household wasn't perfect, but like I grew up in a 2-parent household.
Yes.
So like it'd be a lot of stuff like I see when it comes to generational traumas, like I couldn't relate to. But I see how like my parents were raised and the difference in their background, and that's why I truly believe like generational traumas are like meant to be like you get where you can go based off of like the generation ahead of you. Cause like I had a 2-parent household. My parents did well, but like I feel like I was able to reach a different plateau because I saw stuff they dealt with individually and together, a lot of stuff, like the highs and the lows. But like I feel like through the midst of that, like I look at like stuff that they didn't get to do, and then everything that I was exposed to, and where I am now in life, and it's like, wow, like okay, I get like certain stigmas or things that aren't going on anymore. Like I get that because of like things they did. Now I'm able to like excel.
I mean, I'm the first one in my family, well, intermediate family, to graduate with my master's degree. And my mom, the furthest she went was getting an associate's degree. Yeah. But my dad never got a degree, so I was the first one in my intermediate to go for higher education. I broke a lot of like things. I'm the one who started our first family reunion. This goes back to what I was saying at the beginning. You know, we gotta have our family reunions. We gotta get that back on. You know, we can't use COVID as the thing no more. People trying to be around. We gotta get us back to some type of connection.
Y'all pay for some of y'all folks to get to them family reunions. You know, Pookie and them on welfare, man. Shoot them the bread.
That's right. Exactly right.
So let's kind of like get deeper into like that whole thing, like the family thing, the family dynamic, what trauma stem from growing up directly being in a black family?
Say that again.
Say that
Because they're
again.
going to hear exactly what I see. You was
What trauma stem from growing up in a black family?
Ooh.
Or black culture, period. Like, what traumas come from that?
Kendrick Lamar talked about one of these that, like, when I got into coaching, like, as a kid, you don't get it.
Yeah.
But, like, how black boys are taught to, like, go after all these women. For sure.
Really?
Like, what?
Oh, okay.
Hell
Okay.
yeah. Like, everybody want to hear that nephew, that's you. You want to introduce your girl to your... Like, yeah, like, you taught to be about, like, the women and, like, I just feel like from stuff I've seen, and even stuff he talked about in the song that resonated, like, you're not really taught from the beginning the value of a woman. You'll experience it and it'll happen, but like from the jump, middle school, when they feel like you old enough to start dating, hey, go get them, cuz. Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Like you don't go into the dating pool as a young black male like, hey, let me, you know what I'm saying, get to know this girl. Let me, man, shit, give me a 3-pack of bag, no problem, outside.
Oh my God. I always thought like it was always told that, you know, black men can't show their, can't express like their emotional side of feelings, that because I feel like a lot of men don't like therapy, you know, and that's a deep one. I don't know if you want to go there, but you know what I mean, but that's a deep one. But I will say that is one of them, but that follows all the way up into the relationship, how you treat a woman, what you've been through, how you treat your mom. I'm sure we've all heard like the way you treat your mom is how you treat your woman. I mean, I believe that's true to a degree, depending on how you were raised. Some people was raised by auntie, grandma, but I really do believe that how you were raised, it goes back to what we were saying earlier, it shows up in your relationships. It really does. And I mean, and not just men, but women. Yeah. And I'll start with me. It showed up with me a little bit, being a single, growing up with a single mom. Mm-hmm. I think I was a little strong in my marriage, you know, so there's little things you look back on, and now that I'm a little bit more mature, I can look back and say, oh, I got this, I'm sweating.
But see, I feel like to the same tune, I feel like those generational traumas about how you deal with emotion have like kind of screwed like these adult generations. Like Buddy talked about it on like tonight's conversation, like based on how we're raised as men, and not to show y'all emotions, some of the things we go through, like it'd be a lot. And like a lot of women look at you as a provider and things like that. And even the ones that don't, they got their own stuff. Like I think he hit the nail on the head. Like when that man finally does open up to you mentally and emotionally, I done seen a lot of women have that. What the fuck?
Oh yeah.
I ain't mean to.
Yeah.
But it's like, so like, I feel like, I ain't saying that to say that it's a negative. I feel like based on how, like you can be preconditioned based on generational traumas. For generations, this is how you need to handle yourself emotionally. As a man, you don't need to do this, you don't need to do that. And then as a woman, you might be wondering like, hey, why doesn't he do this? Or why don't I like that? You know what I'm saying? But then, now, everybody's more emotionally intelligent due to what they teach in school, social media, the things you learn. And it's like, okay, now we're starting to open up to each other. Cool. That may be the right thing in what you thought you wanted, but now everybody's inexperienced at what's going on, and it's just leading to a lot of clutter, especially in dating.
Well, I'll say this too. Every person comes from different walks of life in dating. When you know, we were just having this conversation a little bit earlier. As you get older, when you're the age between 38 and up, you're starting to deal with people who have children at this point, some marriage, some divorces. Life been lifing. Yeah. You know, life been lifing to some people, right? But I will say, that's how you start navigating through a lot of those relationships. You meet different people. You meet them where, as you heard, meet them where they're at and stuff like that. And I can honestly say that depending on who you date, some people, you know, they'll express how they feel. They'll express Some keep it in, some will express how they feel. And I do feel like some men are they're actually scared to express it because they feel like that's too vulnerable or I'm showed as weak. And, you know, it's some women, I'm not going to say all, but a lot of women like a man to show their emotions. You know, we don't want I'll speak for me. I don't want no man to just sweep it under the rug. You know, I mean, I want you to talk to me. You know what I mean? Talk to me. Because that's how we're going to get, honestly, that's how we're going to get through it. We got to talk it out. And this goes back to the question of, you know, the traumas.
Yeah.
We have to talk it out. If we're not talking it out, it's not getting done.
But I agree. I feel like that's where now, like, especially like being in coaching and dealing with kids, I feel like you said, meet people where they're at. Mm-hmm. A lot of people wait till they're dating in their 20s to do that. Like, and then like, even still when you're dating, like based off of how you've been preconditioning those generational traumas, you're still masking certain things, shielding stuff. So I believe like me now, I got 2 sons, like I let them see me mad, I let them see me flip out,
right.
I let them cry, I let them have emotions, and like one thing I tell them is like, you don't want to get out here and get to dating and let these emotional traumas have you dealing with a woman who it might be good, but like you every day having to mask who you are. Like
I like that. I really do.
Like let somebody get to know you, and then you'll find out. Like, and I done said it on this show. You'll find out who built for your bullshit.
Hey.
But what you don't want to do is have added stress, thinking you got to go around this person who you chose to be with for the rest of your life, or who's your partner, and you got to act a certain type of way. And I feel like that's a trauma based on generational traumas that black men suffer from.
Well, and then a lot of that is learned behavior, you know what I mean, things that they see. But I do feel like like I said, it goes back to where you are in your life. But I feel like the older you get, of course you get a little bit more set in your ways. But I do feel like the more older you get, the more you'll start releasing. Yeah. I do. Because I feel like when you're younger, you don't really know all that just yet. It takes a little life experience to go through all that. Yeah. So what you're doing with your sons, bravo to you. Yeah. Because I think that is amazing. Because this is where it starts. Yeah. This is what your kids are going to see what their dad is, presenting. But I feel like for me, that's good. I'm sweating.
Well, hold on. We can stop. Y'all got a napkin or something?
Can I pat myself real quick?
Can you get a?
We're gonna get you a napkin.
Yeah.
We're gonna get you
or a napkin or a tissue.
Yeah.
Am I allowed to get up?
Yeah, you are. Oh no, you can get up.
Oh,
yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Sweating like hell. Is somebody in the bathroom?
What? I'm sweating? Nah, nigga, you cut the air off. Oh no, I'm straight. Yeah.
Hot.
I spend like 80% of the day outside. It is not hot in here. Oh, shit.
Okay. A little better.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. See, that go to show I don't drink. Because I'm sweating. Am I still sweating?
Nah, you really fine.
Okay, thank you. Because I was like sweating. Oh, that feels good.
You were still fine on camera though.
I was?
Yeah, it didn't look.
It didn't look.
You didn't look like a donut or nothing, like a glazed donut.
Alcohol make me hot.
We only got 2 more questions.
Okay, go ahead. No, that's fine. I like it.
Okay, so let's take it back. You mentioned something about therapy.
Yeah.
Is therapy necessary to help break these generational traumas?
Yes. Yes.
We're gonna make this question quick, so one opinion apiece.
Okay, you can go first.
Well, I think therapy helps. I won't say it's necessary. I think some people can come to their own self-awareness. Yeah, I think therapy can be a useful tool though, but I don't think it's like required to break a generational trauma. I feel like in the end, like being exposed to something different, but ultimately like you doing what you want to do is always going to lead to whatever actions you go forth in life. Sometimes you might need that push or be exposed to something else, but I feel like therapy can be a useful tool, especially when you're trying to figure things out and navigate stuff, and especially in relationships. One thing I tell you is you want to express your emotions and stuff, but fellas, sometimes when you're mad at her, before you cuss her out, call that therapist and tell them why you mad.
Yeah.
And sometimes what you realize is like, just because you said that shit out loud to him, you don't even care no more.
Exactly.
Like, oh shit, I'm glad I told it to you. It really ain't that big a deal.
Yeah.
All right, what's the copay? Like, you straight. But yeah, it can be a useful tool, but I don't think it's necessary, but it can definitely be a useful tool.
I think therapy is a necessary tool. Do I believe that's the end all to be all for everything? No. But I do feel like, one, I mean, not to, to anybody's value of how they feel, but my blueprint is to God, So therapy, talking it out, even if it's not with a therapist, I do feel like talking it out with somebody.
Yeah.
I do believe when people sweep stuff under the rug, you can only sweep so much under, and somehow it's like a pot that's boiling. You put a lid on it, eventually it's going to spill over. It's going to blow off the top. So that's going to show up in a relationship, personal, work, self-development. Oh, trust me, I've seen them a couple times through dating. Okay, so just but I will say that I do feel that, no, it's not the end all be all, but I definitely feel like if you're open to it, go get it.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that is not, I think it's just an investment for you. And not even just so much for a relationship, but for you, because it starts with you. That's where the personal development. I mean, I do it all the time. And, and I'm, that's part of who I am, because that's bringing a better value to myself, and I can be a better value to you, my friends, my family, and my relationship, you know? So, yes, I think it's necessary to a degree.
And then one other point I like to make, because I know where you said it, I do like, and I think we agree it's necessary to a degree. One thing I always tell men, and this is me speaking from experience, like, it's stuff you might want to talk about, or you might want to, or you might not want to go to your partner about, but like, it doesn't need to be bottled in. You might have thoughts or things that don't need to be out there, or you might be struggling through something and you need to talk to somebody. Where I value therapy is like, number one, I'm paying him, and this person is governed by law to not only hear and talk to me about my situation, but I ain't got to worry about him telling nobody. I ain't got to worry about showing out to the cookout. And my cousin had told his wife, even though I thought cuz was solid, you know what I'm saying? She slipped and told auntie, and auntie told this person, nah, when I say whatever I say to that therapist, I know it's trunk tight. Like, hey.
Oh, well, and speaking of that, and just to piggyback off that, I do feel like, I think that is good sometimes when you're talking to not your best friend. And I mean, don't get me wrong, you can vent to your friends, but sometimes I do feel like that middle line person, because if somebody get mad at you or something come up, well, you did say you were triggered. Nobody wants to be reminded of what I told you or something like that, because we've seen that, so when you tell somebody your fears and what you're going through, you want that to be still locked. You don't ever want that being brought up. So that's another good thing with therapists, because I feel like that's confidentiality. And then on top of that, I mean, that's your business and that's how you're treating it. So I feel like some things ain't for everybody. I think it's just for you and God, or for you and your therapist.
And I know y'all said one thing, but to piggyback on what you just said.
No, Jeter.
Last thing. To piggyback on what you just said. When it comes to therapy and relationships, I feel like that's definitely where the value is.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care how much you think your friend is objective.
Yeah.
They're your friend.
Exactly.
And then on
Girl,
top of
you
that,
don't need 'em.
exactly. It ain't even got to be like that. Like, and
Yeah.
some of them might try to remain objective. I have friends who are therapists that will tell me, like, I'll never see you. Marriage counselors, like, we'll never see you and your wife, because, like, I know you this way, and even though you might want to come to counseling, like, I feel like in relationships, that's definitely where, and this might just be a me thing, but I feel like that's definitely where it's a value added, because when you're dealing with certain traumatic experience in a relationship, don't nobody need to worry about that, but you and the person you're dealing with. And the person that you're talking to that's a therapist that you're paid is going to make sure that you and only that person deals with it.
We'll know.
So, like, yeah, I
agree.
I'm pro that, and especially in relationships, especially if you're working through things that are deep and dark and you trying to break trauma. Yeah, talk to somebody that can be objective, that's not going to have one person's side. They're not going to toe the line.
We all need to vent sometime. I don't care who it is. We all need to vent. That's just life. We need it. Because life be lifing.
Yep.
All right, for conclusion, y'all, do y'all feel like it can tie into Atlanta culture?
Why you pointing at me? You just asked them.
I'll let you go first, because my answer.
So, can Can you dig into? Can you unpack that just a little more so I can just make sure I'm answering it right?
Like, I'm gonna ask it a different way. How has, in conclusion, how has this living in Atlanta helped shape generational traumas and curses, and how has living here been able to like break it?
Ooh,
I'll let you go first.
That's a great question. I love that question. Thanks for unpacking that. Okay. So for me, I'm from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I'm an interior decorator. And never in my life, I've always loved design, but I've never in my life thought that I'd be doing that, right? Maybe a little plug, but you know. So,
do your thing.
But I just said, but I can tell you, I didn't move here for the moving to Atlanta thing.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't come here thinking that, oh, everything's going to be handed to you because you're in Atlanta. I came for just new change. HGTV is what actually inspired me. But anyway, but I can tell you, it's changed a lot. And I broke a lot of generational curses, different things. I started my interior design small business. And on top of that, I was scared moving here. And I did it scared. I'm still doing it, but through God's grace, it's just been good. And I feel like when you're feel like you're by yourself when you move somewhere, you start doing things you didn't. There's things that come out of you that you didn't even know that was in you. Mm-hmm. You start networking more. You're navigating life a little different. So to me personally, I broke a lot of things, and I mean I won't go into every little single thing with time wise, but I will say that. For the culture here, the networking, the friendships, like you guys, this is wonderful, you know. Thank you for the opportunity. Okay. So, but I will say, to me, Atlanta is a special place. Mm-hmm. I really do. And I'm not just saying that, but it's really a special place. If you come here with a good mindset and willing to work and do your thing, I promise you it can work out. You just can't be expecting things to just get handed to you. But go out there and go work. But it's broke a lot of things for me, and I love it. Yeah. So I think that was a great question. Hopefully I answered that right.
Yeah. So my answer gonna be twofold. I know I kind of talked about this in a previous episode about coming to Atlanta, finding what's for you. So it's gonna be twofold as a person that was born and raised from here.
Oh, okay.
A lot of people that I meet aren't from here. Great for them. Like coming here, coming here, seeing the black culture, black excellence,
yes.
The city being run and officiated by black people, despite whatever you may think, like it's thriving. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like they get to see us on a platform that they've never seen before, and from people that have come from here, my whole life being from here and seeing people that migrated during Katrina, coming back after college, meeting people that have moved here, like it's been an eye-opening experience, especially for melanated people. Like
yes.
They get to come here and see things, and not only is it a city where you can come and see something different, like I said, it's also opportunity here.
Right.
As a black person, you can come here and make top dollar.
Right.
Like, being someone that's from here, if you're born and raised from here, this would be my advice. This is what I did. This is what somebody gave me. Once you are born and raised from here and you're of the city, get the fuck away from it. Somehow, some way. Like, I feel like being born and raised in Atlanta, and my upbringing was a little unique. Like, my dad moved a lot of places. I was up under him a lot. I got to see a lot of business interactions and transactions as a kid. He was an accountant. He worked very high up in the university level. So like leaving Atlanta showed me
Where did you go?
Mississippi.
Oh, okay.
But not just Mississippi. Like I've been in North Carolina. Like just leaving the city and living other places. Like it shows you how. I feel like somebody from Atlanta could go anywhere and adapt.
Oh, that's what they
and
say
not only adapt, like be successful. Because like you have that pace. Especially like some of these young kids, it's getting back to that, but like you missed it that era after Ray Lewis and clubs started closing at 3. But like I came up when you could stay out till 6 a.m. So getting used to that pace, the speed of the city, then going somewhere else where it may not be as fast. Or even if I went to New York, where I visit California, it's like leaving Atlanta, you understand how everything else adapts, but you still have that southern charm that draws people to you. It allows you to control a lot of situations. You're more charismatic than most people in other areas. Like, it's a special breed if you're born and raised. The issue I see is like I leave and I come back, and a lot of people I grew up with in the city and stuff, they never left, and you get caught up into like, I'm one of them, but like.
What brought you back though? I mean, like what brought you back?
My wife brought me back because she was from Mississippi, so like Atlanta was a destination for her. And I never mind coming back to the crib. I'm pretty. I mean, I ain't that guy, but like, I'm pretty.
Well, you know what? It's always it's always different. Like, I'm not from here. I'm from way up north. So it's always going to be a little different when you're not from that place, right? So you're going to have a totally different light of it. Like, you know, and some people be like, why you want to move here then? I mean, but that looks different to you because you've been here all, you know what I mean? So to me, I've been here over 8 years, and it still feels like a vacation. It does. I mean, like, I live so far out the city though, so when I come in, it feels like that's where I get my entertainment, do all my shopping, whatever. And it's nice to come home. So I don't have to experience all that traffic Atlanta life, but just to say all that, I believe that to tie all that in with the culture and breaking curses, I think it's good for anybody who's from different walks of life that move here and learn how to put your feet in place to network and connect and go from there.
But here's why I say that though. Here's why I charge you with like why I also feel like it's good to leave. Because if you're from Atlanta and you're born and raised, leaving home could allow you to be an outlet to reach other people of your color outside of the Atlanta area and show them how they can break generational traumas where they are.
That's true.
So like you can take what you gain here and apply it elsewhere and help the next man. So like,
and
Atlanta's
honestly,
a unique city.
Wherever you go, your mindset got to be there. So you can move to LA whenever, but wherever you go, just have a good mindset and be willing to apply the pressure to yourself and do your job. You know, that's it.
Go to break.
So you go to break?
Oh.
Go to break.
Let's go to break.
Yeah, y'all been watching Unspoken ATL live stream. We're gonna pay some bills and let y'all leave some comments and shit. We'll be back. I was just live when I said
What going on?
Yeah, they gotta the lights together. Okay, I like the blue. Mm-hmm.
And why that be shutting off like that, bro?
You got a short and this shit goddamn old as shit. I be having to goddamn do extra shit. I might have switch it out.
I thought you had a timer on it or something.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna switch it out.
Yeah, I was about to say that's light skin shit.
I'm mad about this. I'm gonna work on it while y'all go. Let me get y'all work on it.
You just want to have technical difficulties and I get it.
On hours, right?
What's wrong with him?
But he's ready. Look.
She was just in there talking about that too.
That would happen, boy. Yeah. Trouble. We would be in trouble. One.
Oh nah, see that
I got
was.
time to run to the
Oh, I
restroom.
thought you was about to put some play on it,
I got
man.
time to run to the restroom.
Yeah, you can do
Okay.
that. So I can get this fixed.
Excuse me, good God. Hey, them G readers sit in your chest, don't it?
I gotta give me a refill. Is some of this all up?
Yeah. What the?
Whenever she get back, we can start. I'm good with that.
I'm right here. I'm good.
It looks good. Ready?
Yes.
What you doing?
Probably the Gator Reader.
What you call it?
What is it?
Jeter
Jeter Reader.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What you call it?
I say Gator Reader. Some difference, you know. You knew what I was talking about.
I thought he told me to pose. Sure.
I need you to go to the side.
Go to your right.
Oh, me?
to say something? Okay.
What would you like me to say?
Oh my God.
Mic check, mic check, mic check, mic check. Oh, that's not how I sound. Don't hate on my bravado, man. Dang.
Quiet on set.
Uh-oh.
What does it take to date a single mother?
Man, hold on. I don't get to do my thing.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Man,
By all means.
What is he about to do?
Okay, hold on. It's just a little thing I do. Hey, Charlemagne, are we live?
Okay. Jesus Christ.
I gotta do my thing.
You right.
I always do it.
Okay. What does it take to date a single mother?
You want me to go first?
You can go ahead with what you think it takes to date a single mother, yeah.
What I think? I don't know. But I'll do it. Nah, but I mean, shit, patience. I don't know. You gotta love kids. See, me, this is the easy question for a nigga like me, cause I love kids. So like, that's a bonus for a woman for a nigga like me. Now I know a lot of niggas gonna tell you, bro, you shouldn't do that. That's another man's responsibility. What was the question? Cause I've been drinking. Am I answering the question?
What does it take to date a single mother?
What does it take? It take let me see. It take a little patience, man, and you gotta like kids. You know that makes sense. That's the number one thing. If you don't really like, and I'm not saying like kids like you hate them, but you gotta kind of want to be around kids or something like that. You know what I mean? So. And some patience, man, but I don't know, and some money. Got to have some money.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
Right here, baby, every year.
Okay.
5 years running.
Okay. Okay, so me, what it takes to date a single mom is, like you said, patience and a lot of understanding, I think, because if you're a good mother, then your children are always going to be a priority, and that man has to understand that sometimes you can't approach me like the day of and say, oh, I want to go here, because I have to make sure my children are good before I leave and do anything else. And I think if you're a man and you don't have children, you may not be as understanding of that, because you're able to be a little bit more spontaneous. But if you're going to date a woman that has children, you have to be a little more understanding of that. Like you said, you need to like kids a little bit, a whole lot, a whole lot. And you need to be patient and understanding that that woman may want to move a little slower because she's going to be a protector of her children. So
That's easy.
What are some benefits of dating a single mother?
Okay, some benefits of dating a single mom is, once again, she's going to be a little bit more understanding. She's going to be a little bit more patient with you, because she has to have all of those things to be a good mom. And you already know that she can stand on her own. And it's not going to be that she's dating you just because you have certain things. She's coming to you because she's wanting companionship. You're a good man. The love and the understanding and the support. You already know she can stand on her own if she's taking care of those kids independently of anyone else. So to me, those are always going to be huge benefits.
Benefits for a guy like me especially is they already got kids, and that's something I always wanted ever since a kid, you know what I'm saying? So if I already know you got one, then, you know, I can judge by what I can judge and see that you're a good mom. I'm like, cool, so shit, she on the shit I'm on. I just love kids. As a kid, I love kids. As a grown-up, I love kids. So that type, you know what I'm saying? I just think, I don't know, but that's definitely a plus if you're thinking about having children. If she already got one, then you know she got some experience. You know, like I said, some dudes might see that as a negative, but that's a plus for a guy like me. Another benefit is 9 times out of 10 she can make some meals. You feel what I'm saying? Because she had to. Hey, listen, man. Hey, shit, we gonna talk about luxury. Let's be luxurious. You feel me? She 9 times out of, I'm gonna say 8 times out of 10. I ain't gonna be too, but
Yes, 8.
8 times out of 10 she can prepare some meals. You feel what I'm saying? So, or she willing to even learn to prepare meals. So that's a plus. You know what I'm saying? If you're a nigga that like to eat, if you don't, then you should probably like to or learn to. She gonna have snacks. I like snacks. You feel me? So I don't like to be over at the crib. I got pulled down. I done hit some gas all the way down 20. I get to your house. Ain't no snacks over there because ain't no kid. But if you got kids, I know the juicy juice boxes. You feel me? Gummy bears, all that good shit. So I know that. So that's a plus for a nigga like me. You know what I'm saying? And you know she a mature person 8 times out of 10. You know what I'm saying? Like she got some type of responsibility about her. She got some accountability about her. Cause if you can take care of a whole life, you know what I'm saying? You're accountable for a whole nother person, like always, every day, all day. You feel what I'm saying? So that means that's somebody you can rely on. Cause if she care about you, she gonna fuck with you. Cause you see she already naturally doing it. So
right.
That's a plus, but.
Absolutely, I agree.
Is it better for you as a single mother to date a man who has kids as well? Or can that be a hindrance?
It's not a hindrance because who am I to tell somebody, if I have children, how can I tell a man, well, you can't come with kids? But I do think that, I've dated men that don't have children. I just think it's the mentality of that man. And where you are, you have to know what you want out of that situation. Because if that man is coming in and he doesn't have children, and he wants kids, and you don't want any more, then there needs to be something that is discussed up front, first before you go any further into any sort of relationship. But I think it just depends on where you are mentally when it comes to children. I don't have a problem if you have kids or not. It just needs to be a conversation that we have up front of whether or not you want children and if I want more children. So dating, because there are some men that just do not want kids and they don't have a problem with dating a woman that does have children. They just don't want their own.
Right. So
you just have to figure out what it is you want for yourself and what your partner wants. I don't mind if you have children or if you don't. It's just, I'm good on my 3 though.
Yeah. I just like kids, man. That's all I can say for real. So shit, the more the merrier. Let's do it. You got some, you don't want to have no more, whatever. Cause I already got me to myself. So
yeah.
But if you want more, let's do it. Let's run it up. I'm with it, man. I don't listen, man. Kids is I don't know. They a blessing for real. If people really understood, boy, they the goddamn key to the world. Like, y'all don't get it. But it's cool, y'all don't have to. I do, so I fuck with the kids. So like I said, the more kids, the more merrier. You feel me? We can trap it out. We can stop. It's cool. If she ain't got nothing, I got to.
Children are a blessing, but I think people need to be more conscious of having kids, because I think a lot of people are having children and not thinking about how huge of a responsibility that is. Like for someone to say, if you know me, you already know I'm killing this single mom thing, but I'll never tell anyone that this is the easiest route or this is something that, okay, if you and your partner can work it out, then yeah, do so, because it's not an easy thing, and I don't have an issue dating, but I'm sure it has hindered me in some way that I may not know about, or someone that I may have been attracted to me, I could have felt like we've been in a great relationship, but because I had children, that may have been an issue for him. So it needs, instead of just having children, I think people need to do a better job of thinking about, do I really want kids? Am I capable of being a mom or a dad? And is the person I'm with the person I should be having children with?
Facts. I mean, I talk loosely about it, but I'm passionate about it, so you can tell I love kids, so I'm not going to have them and not take care of them.
Right.
So, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm with that too, though, but I'm just saying, don't let it stop you, fellas. And ladies too, because I done been turned down because of that. And respectfully though, I understand.
I respect that as well,
That's how you living, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to judge you for that, but.
Never be upset about it.
That's cool by me. I'd rather you let me know up front.
Right,
that
exactly.
Way I know we on two different, and I'm cool.
And we can keep it moving.
We absolutely can.
What are some red flags to look out for when dating a single mother?
Y'all giving the advice to the audience. Y'all letting the people know what they need to look for.
So I'm not against dating them. You know what I'm saying? If they got kids, but if she a trifling mom, she definitely a trifling individual. So if you always hear that the kid at grandma's house, hey, be a little careful unless she like grinding. If she grinding or something, but that could be a red flag. I'm just saying, dig a little deep. Figure out why they always, you know what I'm saying? Another red flag, if they ain't on their social media, never unless they like a public figure or something. I mean, monitor their social media behavior. If they always on that bitch, they need to post their kids. What's another red flag? Yeah, if they at their grandma's house, listen. I can't get past. Listen, because I was at my grandma's shit a lot too, but I was with my mama too. If they always at grandma's shit, man, don't talk to her. I'm gonna leave it at them two right there. That's all I got.
That's all you got. I think, like you said, a red flag is if they don't have their children, and if you don't feel as though that woman is making those kids a priority. You can always tell if someone is making their children a priority or not. To me, that's a huge thing because those children are your responsibility. And if I'm flaking on taking care of my kids, you can guarantee at some point she gonna flake on you. Right. It's never gonna be. And why would you want to be with somebody that's not taking care of their seed?
On both
Something
sides.
Right, on both ends of that. So I think that's a huge red flag, and someone that is immediate, like they're not on their shit, and they're looking to you to come in and just save everything. Like you're not doing any work on your own to make sure you and your children are taken care of or provided for. And they're just showing up with like, oh, I need you to do this and this and that third. Because you come in and you can be helpful, but I got me in mind. So you will be an addition to. So anybody that's not on their shit, you probably need to exit stage left.
Get out of there.
So in conclusion, well, the original question was, what does it take to date a single mother? But the whole topic of discussion is single moms need love too. So in conclusion, can y'all just touch on that?
Yeah, I think because I've heard a lot of conversation with men saying you don't come into a situation and take care of another man's child. And okay, you can say that. But when it's all said and done, if you are dating someone and you care about that woman, that those children are an extension of her. So it's not necessarily, in a lot of cases, that you're taking care of somebody else's children, because if that man is already taking care of his kids, you're a bonus. And if you're in that house with those children, then by proxy, you're going to end up taking care of them. But that's, to me, is a selfish thing, because what if those kids' father passed away, or the situation was violent and the mother had to get away from them, and to say, oh, well, you shouldn't take care of somebody else, especially when a lot of young men came from families where their mother was a single parent. So to me, that's weird to say. And that's something that maybe you need to get in a little bit of therapy and figure out why you're so hateful towards single mothers, when a lot of times we're raising the young men that grow up to say you shouldn't date a woman with kids. That's weird to me. That shit is weird, very weird. But okay.
Y'all know who y'all talking to, man. Step baby daddy the motherfucking year, every year. You know what I mean? I lost count. My homie said 5. I'm not gonna say that. I'm just gonna say the last couple I've been. And circumstantial, but man, don't let that stop you from like meeting somebody dope, because you don't know why this kid don't got his dad around. He might even have his pops around, but the parents couldn't work it out, you know what I mean? So it is what it is, and I think, I don't know, that shit crazy to me too, cause I love kids so much. Like, nigga, I take care of kid of, I don't have to be doing nothing with his mama. You feel what I'm saying? I've done it and I'm still doing it. Like, I don't even understand that aspect, cause the kid ain't got shit to do with what y'all got. Like, you know what I'm saying? Grown, and then this culture we living in, bro, shit be happening fast, bro. Like, niggas be acting like they can't understand, but anyway. My advice is, bruh, don't let that stop you from meeting somebody dope. You can meet a wonderful woman. You don't know how she got that kid or kids, how she ended up where she at.
Right.
You know what I mean? You could miss out on your match because you thinking it's some taking care of somebody else's responsibility. Man, these kids, everybody's responsibility any fucking way, my nigga. And that step baby daddy of the year every year, man. I'm going to just sip on this step baby daddy juice, man. Y'all niggas go find y'all some girls with some kids. You feel?
You know what I'm saying? Take us to the break.
Yeah. Take us to break, D.
Hey, Charlamagne.
Oh my God.
Are we live?
All right, thanks, y'all.
I forgot.
That was good. Can you guys put your mics on the table, please?
I hope my baby mamas wasn't watching that.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, hit record. Start record. Yep. And then you guys let us know how we sound.
But how come I don't see y'all on
You can't see us on the main screen? So what's on the
the? I'm saying like on the screen.
There you go. Cause it's a delay.
Gotcha. Okay. Yep.
How we sound?
222.
Yo, it's your boy.
Amen. Hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus.
What's poppin'?
I'm gonna need you to project this a little more.
Okay. That's what I said. He told me it's gonna pick it up.
It is gonna pick up. I mean, cause you ain't the only one.
Lift my boobs up.
You ain't the only one that.
They ain't had no clothes on.
They got the
I'll make sure I lean in a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, I guess you got a
Thank y'all so
Benzo top.
much.
We haven't talked about like the question.
Come on, I got to do it.
You was good. I know we didn't get to. I'm sorry.
Y'all had a really good conversation. I wish
You did really good.
Yes, call me back anytime.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely.
let me know.
I got you.
And I'll
I
call you
give you a weekend, man.
Okay, cool. And I'll call you tomorrow.
Okay. And you'll know when the episode come out. You'll get the notification.
Have a good night, ladies.
No, you did very well. You did really good. I'm gonna make it make sense.
Yes, thank you for having us.
Yeah.
It's so fun. See you, Tanya. I'll give you a call.
Okay. Oh. All right.
I was picking me up. I heard me. Have a good night, ladies.
Yeah. What happened?
Oh no, I thought I was turning you down, but I wasn't. I just turned this around.
You need to see it?
No.
You need to see it?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I was just making sure I didn't do nothing crazy.
No, we don't need that.
Quiet on set.
Quiet on set, y'all. Quiet on set. Quiet on set. Quiet on set.
This new too.
What?
The thing on the wall.
What? Oh, that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Trying to get fancy.
I need to put another light over there if I need to. But it's good though.
It's cute.
All right. What does it take to date a single mother?
You let me know.
Not
Let me know.
you let me know.
Let me know.
I think that it takes patience, understanding, respect of time,
Okay.
and it takes knowing what's required in terms of like what her requirements may be in a relationship. Because what I've discovered as a single mom in dating is that, you know, my requirements and my standards are what they are because I'm a mom. And I think it's because I've had experience as a single mom, and it's like, I'm not about to do that again.
Right.
So a lot of times, I honestly have never been like in the...
I don't have no what?
Go have cups.
Oh, we don't got no cups. We ain't got no cups, y'all.
2 seconds.
You know what? She right though. I want some Gita Rita though. I want some Gita Rita. You want some? You want some?
No, I don't want no
She
Gita.
don't want none.
I'll fix it.
Welcome to the show, live from Unspoken. We getting some Gita Rita and we're gonna start it up. We already kind of started, but
I can start back over.
my boy hopped in just in time. Who was on? It's on both of us. Who was on her? I was in the middle. What's up, y'all? Welcome, man. We waiting on Tokyo to get us some juice and then we gonna finish the conversation. I didn't even realize we ain't had no juice. I've been doing too much. My cup right there, really.
We'll go get it.
She already got another one. It's kind of pointless at this point. Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Not you tell me. I was laughing because I'm like, so you still got to get feedback though.
No. Okay, so I'm losing my train of thought where I was at. So patience. No, definitely. So I was like the previous. Not even the previous. I'm thinking about the girl that went before the last group. Anyway, I was raised by a single mom as well. I think that helped me to understand and be okay with dating someone with a child. Now, I wasn't always okay with it. When I was in my 20s, I used to always like tell myself I wanted my first to be there first. I think as I'm getting older now, I'm starting to be okay with, okay, yeah, she got one child, it's cool. She got two, she's cool. If it's more than that, then I might not be doing too much with
Well,
you.
this one thing I will say. I feel like, you know, when you see that somebody is already a parent, you get the chance to see how they parent.
Right.
So you can kind of see, like, do I want to have kids with this person moving forward? Or, like, is this somebody that is just like, I don't like how you parent, we wouldn't make sense. Because I think a lot of times people get together and they have kids and then they don't agree when it comes to parenting.
Right.
So I feel like being a single parent, you then have the opportunity to see how that person parents. But that's just a thought that I've had. I've never seriously dated a man with children. I always seem to attract men that don't have kids. And I think that, you know, to me sometimes it's a disconnect because men who don't have kids always want kids. Right. And they be like, yeah, I want 3, 4, 5 kids. And I'm like, slow up, baby, I already have one. Right. So does he count towards the count? Or do I got to start all the way over? And then again, you know, if you want more kids, I feel like if you want kids, I feel like the requirements is different for if you don't want kids, for me.
Okay. But what you mean, like for somebody who has kids and don't want kids?
No, so like, okay. So let's say he doesn't have kids and we come into a relationship and we're starting to date and he says that he wants more children.
Okay. Well, what's wrong with that?
No, there's nothing wrong with it. I'm just saying the requirements for him is going to be different from the man who don't want no more kids at all, for me.
Oh, yeah.
Just from my own experience.
But majority of the ones who don't have no kids, they got some already.
This is true.
So I don't, like, you dated people, you dated single guys with no kids that don't want no kids at all?
No, never.
Yeah, so I think it's always, for one, I think it's easier if you already have kids to date someone with kids, obviously. Y'all can relate.
I disagree.
I feel like you can relate. You understand. He has a sense of patience because he's already done been through it. You got the sense of patience because you're going through it. So I think you understand it. When it comes to even like dating someone and knowing places where to bring kids to, so that y'all all can be able to do stuff. You already done, birthdays and holidays. You done did it with your own. So I know. If you got a son, I might be able to take him to this spot because he might enjoy it.
Nigga, just Google
you might just be on that.
Have a kid
but if you don't have a kid though, that might not even be on your mind.
That's true.
Period. So you might have to do way more research. It's just more.
It won't be on your mind, but it will be once you develop that relationship and you decide I want to get to know her kid and I want to spend time with her kid because now this relationship matters to me. Yeah. Then you'll start to pour into it because what matters, men pay attention to what matters. But I think that when it comes to if you got kids and I got kids and we bring our kids together. To me, that's a little chaotic, mainly because I think what happens is when you're in a relationship and you get to know my kid, at that moment you're building a relationship with my kid. So the disappointment of us not working out will also affect my kid. Now you're talking about a detachment from just one adult as opposed to kids that now I built the bond with. And kids I want to see regularly because I've been seeing them all X amount of time. So now I feel like now we got to sever the ties between the kids because the adults have severed the ties. And now the kids are suffering. It's more than one kid suffering now. It's multiple kids suffering. And I just feel like that's not fair. So, not to say don't do that. I'm just saying that I think like it might be a little more difficult to bring people who have kids together. Like, what the fuck? Brady Bunch is a lot.
So you think that's... So you feel like that's harder than... I mean, obviously I feel like...
I think about the damage that could be done.
But you think it's harder than you think that's harder to? You think it's easier if they don't have a child and you have a child, or if vice versa?
I think it's easier when nobody has children, but
correct. I'm just saying from the standpoint of like when you're dating somebody, like what's your preference? Obviously, your preference might be no kids, but do you feel like the connection or it'll work better versus having to join families?
So this is the thing. I learned to speak from experience, and honestly, I've never really experienced seriously dating someone with a kid. I have dated someone with a child, and when we did date, his son and my son hung out, and his son was like, "Oh, this is my brother," and I was like, "Oh shit."
Yeah. Oh, so you didn't like that because
I don't like it.
You didn't like the dad, really?
No, I didn't say that. I didn't say I didn't like him. But what it was I just didn't know if there was a future there. And so for me, it's like for the kids to get along immediately and automatically be like, and honestly, his son called me mom at one point, and I was like, I'm not your mom, baby. And so I had to have that conversation, like, you have a mom. If this goes, so sometimes it's just a little intense. I feel like, you know, it.
But I feel like it's only intense when you don't think it's gonna go nowhere.
Hold on
If
real quick. Can you come to your left a little bit?
if you feel like he's all in and you're all in, then you ain't gonna really trip on that.
Nah, but if it's too soon, it's
Oh, if
intense.
it's too soon,
I'm about to say, if it's before the 6 month mark, it's intense. I need you to.
See, I don't mean my mom dated when me and my sister was smaller. I never saw myself calling who she was dating my dad. That was just never my mindset. Like I was calling them by their first name basis. Like
For sure, and the kids do that, but I think that you got to know your kid. And that's one thing that I think people disregard when they're dating. Because what happens is we date and we are dating for ourselves. And then sometimes we're not even considering the fact that you low-key dating for your kid too.
Yeah.
Because whoever you date is then going to be a part of your kid's life. And so, you know, that may be a thing of like, that's who you are. But you also got to know yourself. So like for me, I know my son. His father is not present. So with his dad not being present, my son is very much looking for a father figure. And he's like, when are you going to bring home a man? And I'm like, slow up, little nigga.
I think that might be the issue with guys who don't have kids though. That because they might not even be
ready.
They're mentally to be a. I mean, obviously you can be a big brother, but to be a father figure,
yeah,
like that be the pressure that we be having to like.
But that's what I said. The requirements are different. Like
yeah.
it just depends on what you want out of the relationship, what you're looking for. I think that there are some single moms who absolutely just want to get broke off. I just want you to be my consistent dick. Okay. And I want you to treat me well when we together, whatever, give me the attention, love, I need, but I don't need you to be a partner in my life because I do have a kid who I have to take care of, and I you know, some people don't want to cross those lines. Then you have those moms who are like, I need a partner, I need a father figure for my child, I need, you know what I mean? But I feel like those are things that you need to be having those conversations early on. I feel like people shy away from like tough conversations early, but that shit matters. And it's like, it's okay that it's heavy early because get it out the way, don't waste my time.
I just feel like if you're not trying to be a father figure, then you shouldn't date somebody with a child.
Well, that's not fair because everybody with a child don't have the same requirements, don't have the same expectations.
And then I'm thinking, what's the point then?
Well, the point is, that depends on what you want too.
Okay.
So it depends. If you want a partner and you want a relationship and you like, I want marriage, I want these things, and that's what your intentions in terms of dating, then yeah, you wouldn't date anybody like that.
You know how women be like, I don't need him to do all this, I don't need him to do that.
We be lying.
But you're lying because he's gonna have to do it.
Yes, I do.
Because if he's not doing it, you're gonna look at him a certain way.
For sure. I mean, because if you're not doing it, I'm gonna do it anyway because that's just how I am.
No, right though. But you're gonna be at some point. You're going to be looking, even though that might not be his kid. You're still gonna be looking at him to set an example. And if I don't feel like setting that example, then you're gonna look at me. What type of person am I?
I mean, at the end of the day, it depends on what you mean by setting an example. Because at the end of the day, setting an example is just being a good fucking person. If you're not a good person, I don't want you around me or my kid.
No, right though. But it's also like giving advice. And that might not be every day, but there might be certain things that he might not want to talk to you about that. I might be right there at the moment to talk to him about it. But if I'm not in the headspace to even give a fuck to, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like it's certain moments and conversations or even when y'all out together that you're going to peep certain things like that you feel like he should be.
No, I feel like, but see, this is the thing. I feel like when you care about a person and you want to be with the person and like this is who you want to be with, you then include that child in that situation. And at the end of the day, that what you're talking about, I'm not in a space to deal with X, Y, and Z. That comes with parenting, period. That ain't just being a man. That ain't just being a person. That sounds as a mom, I don't feel like doing this shit. And that's just human nature. We don't always want to do what we're supposed to do or what we're called to do or whatever. You know what I mean? So, you know, you might have a day where it be like, I don't feel like giving this little nigga no advice. I mean, but that's everybody. That's
no, facts. For me, I'm different though. So I grew up like with not even just people that my mom dated, but like people like in camps and stuff that I went to that I know that was 25 when I was 12, and that was giving me advice on a daily basis. So it's like I have an understanding on it. I just think it just comes down to like it gotta be the connection with the mom, because I was like you said, that's what it starts with.
Yeah,
like y'all gotta be, the connection gotta be so strong that I want to take care of you and your child.
But what if that kid is bad as shit?
Then you move accordingly. Like, but you gonna you gonna make your process of elimination. I'm pretty sure that's probably not even the only person you even talking to. Right? You gonna navigate. Is this where I want to be at, or is it something better? Like, but you gonna weigh the pros and the cons. It's a lot of things that she can do on a day-to-day basis that's attractive to you that you like.
Right.
That you could be like, okay, I could put up with her having a kid. She does way more other stuff, but it's like you gotta be in it to kind of like weigh it out. Now, it's a timetable because you're dealing with someone with a child, and a lot of women don't like whoever they're dating to be around that child. It's a certain time limit on when they want to do that, or like you said, they don't want you to be around that much because the kids get attached.
Right.
And so it's like, if kids get attached, I need to make sure that whatever we doing is legit. So it's a little bit quicker than somebody that you was dating with no kids. Cause then you kind of, I ain't gonna say bullshit, but you can kind of like play it more freely versus having the pressure of, I gotta make this shit happen.
Oh, for sure. That's why I said it's easier with no kids involved.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, but I guess like at this day and age, so many people have children. Like, I don't really know if it's avoidable.
I got over that real quick. I think when I got about like 28, I'm 32, and I got 28, I was like, okay, I could date somebody with a child. But I had to be mentally there though. Like, I had to understand, like, everybody working on something.
Yeah.
Everybody ain't gonna be, the relationship ain't gonna be perfect, you know what I'm saying? My thing was just making sure that if I am gonna bring somebody in somebody that has a kid, are they gonna blend well with my family? That's something that I kind of like look more than anything. I feel like if I feel like they're a good fit with my family or what we got going on, then it won't be an issue.
You think that your family would be accepting of you dating somebody with a kid?
I think if I'm coming in, if I'm sure about it. If I'm coming in and I'm not sure about it, they can read it. I'm not sure about it. I'm gonna get them questions like, yeah, you sure you want just her? Like if I'm coming in with sure, then yeah, they won't have an issue with it. But I definitely do think that, I mean, even though I was married on a single mom, my mom probably preference is for me to come in with somebody.
For sure, that's every mom's preference.
It's like if I come in with somebody child, I just do it as long as I'm 100% about it though. That's the thing about it. I think that's what they would be questioning if anything.
Okay, I respect that. I think that's every mom's stance though. Like, honestly, I feel like even me as a mom, I'm like, I talk to my son and I be like, look, don't be making the same mistakes I made. You don't want to have no kid as a kid. That shit is not fun. It's not easy. It's very difficult. Like, he be like, I ain't gonna be nothing like you. Like, I don't take no offense either, because you're right. Don't do it. But at the same time, like, I know for him, I would hate for him to, not hate, but I wouldn't want him to come home with somebody who has a kid unless he was ready. Like, I would have to read that situation like, nigga, you not ready. And I know you're not ready because I know what it takes. And I think that makes a huge difference in terms of that. So if that be the case, I think that it's really about you being ready. Like, are you ready to take on that task? As opposed to, because at the end of the day, you go from getting to know just that person to now, because you're trying to see if this person fits in your life, and now you got to see if you fit in their life, and if that kid fits and what that looks like. But then I think even determining, you know, what y'all want out of the situation. Like I said, for me, I've dated people who, you know, most men, they'll be like, I want X amount of kids. And so for me, I'm just like, okay, that means you got to have this, and this. Like, this needs to be.
It got to be in order.
Yeah, for sure, because it's like, you
yeah.
talking about me growing a whole nother baby up in this body that I just worked hard to get back to. Like, so.
Yeah, I feel you. What you got, Tope?
What are some benefits of dating single mothers?
I think a huge benefit of dating single moms is that most times we know what we want. We know what direction we going in. Like, we don't really be playing too many games because it's like, all right, what you got? We very straightforward, in my opinion. I feel like for me, I'm like, cool, what you trying to do? All right, that's where we at. All right, and if I want to entertain them, like, bet that's what we gonna do. But I'm never pressuring nobody to fit them into my box or my category. It's very much like, keep it 100, I'm gonna keep it 100. You know, I know people love to make the jokes like, single moms got all the snacks and shit like that. But I don't keep snacks in my house. I'm a healthy person, so don't come over here thinking you're gonna get some motherfucking snacks.
But you know how to cook, though.
I know how to cook, for sure. I cook.
That's the main
definitely.
thing.
I gotta cook like every day, for real. But I don't got no snacks though. My son be like, dang, you don't got no snacks? No, nigga. eat some fruit. And I think that we are pretty much like, well, I can only speak for me and I guess the level that I am, because there are some single moms who don't have their stuff together, right? But the ones who do, I think that it's very clear that like we are secure in what we have. So it's like, I don't necessarily need you to do, because I gotta do it anyway. I gotta pay the bills. I gotta make sure the water running. I gotta make sure the electric on. I gotta make sure my kid got clothes. I gotta make sure there's food in my house. So everything that we need to survive, most likely we already taking care of that. So really it's like I think it's easier in terms of you bringing value, because whatever you can take off our plate, oh, it feels amazing. Yeah, so it just I feel like it kind of gives you a boost where it's like, oh, he a real nigga. Yeah, as opposed to women without kids who kind of have like expectations of like, oh, well, take care of me, or oh, do this, oh, do that. I think that might be a little different in that regard.
I think the positives of dating somebody with a kid. I just, like you said, you know what you want. I was gonna say something else, but I want to take that back because I had the experience and it wasn't a good experience.
Give us the experience, because now I'm curious.
Well, no. It was, okay, so I feel like women that have kids, they know how to run a household. I would say that. So I feel like that's a positive. They're more, like you said, strategic in their planning, because they have to be. And I feel like that's a positive. But I feel like you have to have the patience, because I feel like a lot of guys don't have the patience for that. You know what I'm saying?
Like to incorporate themselves in that, like trying to change it to their type of lifestyle.
Yeah, because a lot of them is like, when you've been used to something so long and you go to there, it's kind of different. Like you like to be fast paced. I like to do, spontaneous shit. I like to, hey, I'm at this such and such, hey, come meet me here real quick. And if you can't meet me here, then I'm mad because I want you to be here. But I gotta also be like, okay, she got somebody to watch at home, like, you know what I'm saying?
Well, if that's the case, you gotta be able to provide a little bit of the ease to ease up the load to make the spontaneity happen. So if it's like, all right, I want you to come here, and I'm like, oh, well, I got my kid, and okay, well, we can arrange for him to go to such and such. Like, think ahead, like that's. Because honestly,
but I'm saying though that's not spontaneous. That's more of a plan.
It is, but I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying.
But you can always have somebody on deck. Like, let me say this. Like, I dated a guy. Yeah, it's a spontaneous plan. No, so look, I dated a guy who was like, let's go to. He was from New York and I'm from DC, so he was like, let's go to New York. And I was just like, I got my son, and he was like, that's cool. My folks in New York. We gonna get there. We gonna drop him off at my sister. You know what I mean? Like, even though it was spontaneous, it was like I always got an ace in the cut. So it's like whatever come up, I'ma handle that.
If you're dating someone with a child, so you gotta have moves that y'all can do y'all thing and the kid can do their thing. That's the issue. Single niggas ain't got the moves. They don't know them spots, like, cause they.
That's why you supposed to date. You need to get them. This is now you added to your Rolodex, baby.
Yeah,
build up your repertoire.
You gotta think about like where could we have a good time and they can have a good time. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be able to.
Little nigga, go run. We gonna sit right here with these drinks and this food and this music. Matter of fact, yeah, we gonna go shoot. We gonna go bowling, something. I mean, this is family friendly things that you could do that is still fun for adults, and you don't really. I think that also the age of the kid matters. Like, little ones.
I wouldn't trip if they like 4, 5, 6. I ain't tripping.
Okay, so.
Cause 1, 2 is a wrap. We ain't even talking right now.
Like all that crash shit ain't gonna work.
Well, we can talk, but it ain't gonna be nothing serious. But
I feel the same way about men.
4, 5, 6, I can deal with.
Okay.
Now 10, 12, that's cool. That's even more better. That means that you can watch the second one, and we can do whatever. You know what I'm saying?
We gonna go ahead and live this life and make these babies. We got a built-in babysitter.
So it's like. It's perks to that too. So I mean, I don't know. I only dated one girl with 2 girls with 2.
Okay.
So I haven't really. I think that the reason why one of them didn't work out wasn't even about the kid. It was us. It was me. But yeah, the other one, I'm just kicking it in the butt, like, you know. So it's like, but I don't have an issue with dating somebody with a child. Like, I don't think that it's an issue. I just think about if the relationship between me and you are good, I feel like we're both sacrificing something at some point. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't have a big issue about that.
Do you feel like being a mom or a single mom then kind of brings your, I guess, your rating down, like on the list of, like,
It can.
when it comes to,
But it's going down to where are you at as a person? If I'm 22, yeah, I ain't really. My first preference ain't gonna be that. It's just not like.
Yeah.
Like I said, I hang out with you, but it's just not that. When you get a little bit older, you're more because you understand.
Yeah.
And then I also do think though, being raised by a single mother will help you understand a little bit quicker. You know what I'm saying?
I will say, thank God that I was born a bad bitch. So, you know, even though I was 22 and had a kid, I still got niggas.
Hey, but look, though, it helps to look good too.
No, it does. It does.
You can get away with a lot of murder.
Person. I'm a good person too. I'm a good woman.
You can get away with murder though, with being good. Honestly, you can get away with a lot of shit.
Oh, I know.
Niggas will put up with, niggas will do a lot of shit, bro. What's up, Tip?
What are some red flags when dating a single woman? Single mother, sorry.
You gotta go first on that one. You take the lead.
Red flags and dating a single mother. It comes down to, are you a good parent? Like, if you ain't gonna be a good parent with what you already got, you think what you gonna do? What you gonna do when we have one? And then I would say, that's the number one though. I don't really know too many red flags as far as dating, other than if you take care of your chick. You know what I'm saying? Like if you, that's the main one. I feel like if I feel like you're a good mother, what else are you really looking at?
I was gonna
you know
say that. I would say for me, I would think it would be if you never with your kids. Because I don't know. I just feel like if you're not spending time with your kid, what kind of mom are you? And then I feel like if your kid's bad as hell, like that's true. Like if your kids,
how you talk to your kids? The type of conversation. If y'all like best friends, I don't like that shit, bro.
What? Why?
I don't like. Well, I take that back. I don't like if you got a daughter and y'all best friends. Like I'm talking about how y'all talk. Like y'all smoking weed together.
Oh,
y'all doing a lot of like home
well, first of all, damn,
type
how
shit.
old is these kids that's smoking this weed?
I done seen it though. I done seen it, bro.
Okay.
Like, the kid might be like 16, 17, 18, and her mom might be in her 40s, but she.
Oh, I mean, well, they grown at that point.
I mean, they grown, but it's like, but they even younger, like how y'all conversate. Like, I can see it's no like separation. Like,
yeah.
If I feel like a child can come in and just say whatever, or feel like they can.
Yeah.
Then it's
so
like
you have no authority over this
right.
kid.
Like they thinking we friends. They don't think it's So I don't. But you can read that before you even start dating her. Honestly, you just off a conversation, off a GP, you can know.
I feel like a red flag would be like if you can't take care of your situation. Like if you out here just doing whatever the fuck you want to do, but like home not taken care of, meaning your kid is struggling in school, your kid don't have food that they need, they don't have clothes and shoes, and you need a man to take care of every little thing. I feel like that's a red flag for me because I feel like if you're not gonna go hard for your kid and make sure your kid is taken care of, you damn sure not going hard for me.
But you can read that way before. You can read
how?
that.
You don't have access to the kid.
No, but how she take care of herself?
That's not true, because there's people who take care of themselves and don't take care of their kids.
Right about that.
Happy, but the mom hair look good.
Okay, I've seen that so many times.
That's crazy.
You see that. Listen, I mean, well, this is the thing though. Sometimes some women feel like if I invest in me and I build me up and pour into me, I can get a man to take care of me and mine, so I don't have to do too much. So I really put all my funds and everything into me and my looks and how I am. I mean, it's a different ball game. It's a different mentality. There are different people in different walks of life that do different things. But again, it depends on what you want in a person. So
You're right about that.
I don't know.
You're right about that.
So, in conclusion, can y'all touch on single moms need love too?
I think single moms need love too, but I think that you got to have a certain level of maturity, because it comes with a lot. But are you there mentally? Are you there financially to be able to get through them thresholds? If you're not there yet, you got to be real with yourself. And I know it might hurt her feelings, but you got to be real with her too.
in conclusion, I definitely think single moms need love too, but I think that they need the right love. I feel like we already experienced so much and so many different angles of life that if you're gonna come and date a single mom, you need to be ready to do and show up for her in the way that she needs. And you got to be open to that. It may not be what you used to, but if she's worth it, it'll all be worth it in the end. So again, it takes some patience, some understanding, and definitely respect. And it's just gonna take you to grow as a person. So you need to come ready and mature, like you said.
Big facts. All right, y'all. We'll be back in 5 minutes, man. Thank you for watching Unspoken. See you later. So I got an episode called Mommy Makeover.
I ain't no mom.
I ain't gonna, but it ain't.
Is that about that girl DC Young Flavor?
No. It's I want them to think that though.
Oh, okay.
But it's not really about her though. It's about
like making over your life.
back on, man.
All right. How do you recover from a heartbreak?
I think you need some time to yourself. That's number one. Like
keyword is time for sure.
You need some time to yourself. You need to heal properly.
So how do you properly heal? What do you do? What are the steps you take to heal properly?
Honestly, just being by myself. I ain't saying about being by myself because I still can be around people, but like just focus on what's important. Like I think a lot of people. I mean, that might not be the right thing to go about, but I think like focusing on work and what you got going on. We human, so that shit take time. I mean, you're gonna have moments where you're not thinking about it, and you're gonna have moments where you're gonna think about it. You know. I think it's just about understanding the lessons behind it. Kind of focus on that. What did you learn? What did you take from it? I think we battle with that versus is it really over with? Like, because you know we.
So like the stages of grief, like the denial part.
Right.
You think having your heart broken, you kind of have to go through some of the stages.
Yeah, you go through a lot of things. You think about a lot of shit. Especially it really depends on the relationship. How long was the relationship? Was it quick? Was it fast? Was it for a while?
But heartbreak. It doesn't even matter how long the relationship.
Yeah,
but your heart's broken. It's broken.
Right. So I mean, it's like, and I agree. I see what you're saying. I just you go through a lot of like questioning shit. You go through a lot of self-doubt at times. There's a lot of shit you go through when you heartbroken, like, cause you trying to figure it out. Right. I think that also though, you kind of go numb to the fact that because if you've gotten your heart broken before, you kind of go back to them same little habits that you used to do the first time, and kind of sometimes those things may not be always healthy. Like it just depends on like your makeup though, like you know what I'm saying, like what are you really about, like how do you, what's your day to day, like, cause you know people go to alcohol, it's a lot of shit, like, it can go deep really. So we just talking about killing themselves. Straight up, like but it's like,
touch on that, okay?
But it's like, you know, it's like there's a lot of things that go in your head, like.
Because I also think too, once you survive that first heartbreak, the next ones will never be as bad. That first one is always the I'm gonna kill myself ones. Like, you know what I mean?
I don't know about for guys, but girls maybe.
Okay, for us, I'm not taking it that deep. I'm just saying that first one, once you learn that you can survive that first heartbreak, the next ones are like,
It's on to the
For
next.
real.
Summer Walker
Yeah.
outside already.
She's having multiple heartbreaks. I don't understand her at all. Like she's
She
really
outside
good, but
like
she's
2
hurt.
days after the breakup, like already. But you know, she done, like you said, she's been through multiple, so it's like
Yeah. So this one
it's
is just
numb
like
at this point.
yeah. But that first one is a doozy. Like
Yeah,
that
no,
first one is
facts.
fucking hot, crazy. But
Facts.
if you can coach yourself,
That's for anybody.
yeah. If you can coach yourself through that first one, you already know the steps to take to get past. And also, you learn preventative measures. Like before you get your heart broken. Okay, the first time you get your heart broken, you're green to everything. So you'll take it all the way there.
Yeah.
I feel like on your second and third, you knew what it took to get all the way there, and you cut that shit off before it gets to that level of heartbreak. So the next ones aren't as intense. You know what I mean?
That's real.
Yeah. But for me, recovering from a heartbreak is less about what you do and more about what you undo.
That's
You
real.
can you can keep yourself busy. Like you can find a new man. Like there's all these things you can do to distract yourself, but I think you need to focus on more of the things that you have to undo in that relationship before you focus on action. You need to focus on, you know, maybe getting over places that y'all went to. I know when I got my heart broken, I moved out of town because every time I pass by,
That sounds about you thinking about
yeah, you thinking about that person, you might run into them. Like you have to undo looking at their
Instagram. You gotta block them.
You gotta.
Hey, how do you make somebody like unfollow you that you follow?
You just hit unfollow.
Yeah, but you're not following them. But I might be following you. But how do you make like me not follow you no more?
You block them and then unblock them.
Wow.
There's a different way.
Yeah, if you.
What's the other way?
You can actually like hit like a button that makes them unfollow you.
Hey,
I'll show you on Instagram after.
My ex did that to me. Like
if you block them
I was
and then
following
immediately
them,
unblock
and we was
them.
following each other, and then I looked at her page, and I was like, all right, she not following me, cool.
But I'm not following
I'm not
her.
following her. Like,
Oh, you hurt that girl's
How she
feelings.
do that though?
You hurt her feelings. She don't even want you to see. Now you know she's heartbroken if she don't even want you to see the glow up. She didn't even want you to see the glow
Oh,
up.
that means she's still in it though.
Huh?
She's still
No,
in it
no,
though.
no, no. If you make him unfollow you,
Yeah.
she's done.
See it.
Yeah. Now, if she lets you keep following her, because she wants you to see the vacation pictures, she wants you to see the glow up, she wants you to see what she meant. But if
She
she
ain't really
made
taking
you,
no pictures like that though, so she ain't taking no pictures.
What you do?
I ain't
What
do
you do?
nothing.
Nah, you hurt that
It
girl.
just didn't work out. I ain't do nothing. I mean,
She made you
or it's
unfollow
probably
her,
something I
that's
wasn't
deep.
doing. I guess I don't know.
That's deep.
That's real deep.
Yeah, if she
That take a
don't
lot.
want you to see what she got going on, that's something else. But it ain't too deep because she didn't block you. So she still wants you to see, but she wants you to learn.
She want me to put the effort in.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm putting in the effort.
You did?
I'm still in.
Oh.
We need an episode on how to get your bitch back. Follow Sam.
Straight up, nah, hey.
Okay.
Hey, it ain't too late.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
Hey.
All right. What are some unhealthy coping mechanisms we should avoid when recovering?
That's the obvious one right there.
What?
Finding somebody else immediately.
But is that healthy though?
She said unhealthy.
Oh well, yeah, right.
That's what I said. The obvious one is finding, but it's so obvious because it helps. So it's like it's a trick. It's a trick because finding somebody else immediately makes you stop thinking about your ex. But I don't think it's a healthy way to stop thinking about them. But it is an effective way, for sure.
I don't think that you still get over it though. You think you getting over it.
For women,
But really, you be having sex with your new dude and thinking about him though.
no, that's a lie. For women, honestly, I'm not gonna speak for all women, but for certain women, once we open up our body to somebody else, we're not thinking about the last person. Like, because I'll just go back to the last person if that's really what it was. Like, if I was really that upset, I
But
would
what
just
if he
go back.
left you though?
He'll still fuck.
He might. I would.
Might. I'm just saying.
That's real.
If,
That's real.
so if it's just about
That's
the
real.
sex, that's
Yeah.
one thing. But I feel like when a woman is healed enough, now you ain't fully healed, but if you're okay enough to meet another person, enough to where you want to have sex with that person, that sex kind of like puts a Band-Aid. I'm not saying it fixes it, but it puts a big Band-Aid, a bandage, not even Band-Aid, a whole bandage over the situation.
Are you really taking that guy serious?
No, it's a rebound guy. And unless he puts in the work during rebound time, but that's a 90% fail mission.
How do I'm going left field? How do guys handle? What's the proper way to handle being a rebound?
Play your position. But a lot of times, guys don't even know they're a rebound. A lot of times, guys are
They
just
like,
happy
damn,
to be
but she
in.
just letting me hit a lot.
They're just baffled.
She fuck with me.
Yeah,
She don't fuck with
She's trying to fuck away her pain.
Yeah.
And you just happen to be lucky contestant number one.
Yo, that's weak.
And normally too, your rebound is your standards go way lower. So the bar for a rebound guy is nowhere near the bar.
The rebound guy's the guy that's been hitting you up crazy though.
The rebound guy is a safe, consistent.
But that's why he think you like him, cause he feel like I've been hearing her up for months, but she ain't goddamn been fucking with me. Now she letting me hit this shit like crazy.
There are men that
She
play
like
that.
me.
Like there's professional rebound men, and they know. Like they just wait in the wings, and they like soon as your
They
nigga
cool
fuck-
with that.
No, even they come in like
They take you serious though. It ain't no they know this ain't for real.
they start off like that. There's men where if they approach you and you say I have a boyfriend, they'll be like, call me when that nigga fuck up. And here's my number in case it don't work out. They come in expecting to be the rebound a lot of the time. Oh God.
How serious do you like when they say take that number down? You saving that for real?
If you're not serious about your relationship, yeah. If you're not serious, if you're serious about your relationship, you're not gonna do it. But if you know you're 1 foot out, 1 foot in, and he's cute, you might. Yeah.
What you got, Tote?
Oh God, I be telling on myself. So
What are the differences between the way women recover from heartbreak and the way men recover from heartbreak? Like, how does a man get over a relationship versus how a woman get over a relationship?
Bro, I think it depends on where you from. I feel like somebody that's raised by a single mother, he gonna take that a little bit harder than somebody who been in the trenches.
I never even thought about that.
So I think it's how you made up though. But I do feel like
I'm about to cry.
I think we grieve in different ways though.
Yeah.
We all grieve in different ways. Like, so it's like we do different things. Like what I do to grieve might be different from how somebody else grieves. You know what I'm saying? So it's like if I'm a heavy smoker, I'm smoking heavy. I'm I might have my moment to myself where I'm crying multiple times, but
I didn't even know men do all of that in a heartbreak.
Yeah.
In the movies, they don't do that. All they do is go out and party and
yeah, but
find
that's
them
when you
another
realize.
girl.
That's when you realize what you had when you going out to them parties and you like, damn, bro, I had my girl better than everybody in here.
Oh wow! So men really be going through it.
But I mean, it just depends. What you. I mean, if it's something, for real, definitely.
I think it's the opposite.
We only don't care. We don't care about that and the closure and all that stuff if I don't really fuck with you.
Right.
In real life.
But no, we're talking heartbreak. So
Heartbreak,
now everything
yeah.
on the table is we care.
Yeah.
When you're going through a heartbreak, you care.
Yeah, you can read it. You can read a nigga easy.
Man.
Know if he got something going on, like especially
How long? How long do you think it takes for a man to get over actual heartbreak?
A couple months.
Months.
But it's certain things you doing. I'm going to the gym crazy. I'm doing stuff that's kind of like I'm moving.
Now
I'm working
segue.
hard.
Yeah.
I'm doing all this. Okay, now she don't unfollow me, so I can't see her no more. Now I gotta do me. You know what I'm saying? I might be smacking girls here and there. I might not be in the space to take nothing serious. So I'm having the one night stands, or I'm having the, you know what I'm saying? If it's coming to me, I'm taking it. Like it ain't like I'm
All
looking
bets
for
are
it, but
off,
it's like like you might do little things like that.
Yeah. Now we're talking. We segue into the breakup glow up. Sometimes a breakup is all you need to get your whole life together. Like, and this happens for women and men. And a breakup, sometimes you don't have, when you're in a relationship, low key, and this might be why the relationship ended, both people, I feel like, get a little lazy. They get a little fat. Like, they get a little, I got my person, I don't have to go as hard. So a heartbreak where you don't have that support system anymore, and you have nothing but time to focus on yourself, you're gonna go to the gym. Like, you're gonna want to prove to that other person, like, look what you're missing out on. You're gonna want to do something with yourself, because all of the emotions, I feel, that come with a heartbreak, if you're smart, you rebuke that. You rebuke those emotions. Like, I don't know, like abandonment or whatever issues you have, you're just like, nah, I'm about to turn up. And I love a good revenge body. Nothing is better than a revenge body.
I think from a confidence standpoint, from a guy's perspective, you definitely need to be in the gym.
Girls too.
I think, well, girls too though, yeah. But
you lose all
both.
that happy weight.
You lose.
And the depression weight loss is crazy. The depression weight loss is crazy.
Yeah.
My heartbreak, crazy heartbreak that I had, I didn't eat for like 2 weeks. Like, my friends had to pull up on me with food, like all my favorite food. They knew I wasn't eating. I wasn't going outside the house. Like, this was crazy. Like, no sunlight. Like, couldn't eat. I lost so much weight. I think I maybe lost 15 pounds, and that's a lot for somebody who's only 120 pounds.
From a heartbreak.
Yes. A real heartbreak is wild. Like, it is wild. That's why I say it only happens. A true heartbreak only happens.
How long
once.
it take for you to, like? Now, I'm not saying you over it, but like start like going back to the gym though.
If you're smart, immediately.
Immediately.
If you're smart, same day. What do you mean? I'm out here. I'm getting a trainer. I'm doing all things. And get you a fine trainer. Let me tell you something. If you really...
That's the one night stands.
No, not even a one night stand. Just for the attention and the wanting to be cute for a man. Like, you do that for your man. You know what I mean? So if you don't have anybody to do that for, I think if you get you a fine ass trainer, and that's easy to do nowadays because of Instagram, just find somebody you're naturally attracted to. Not saying you're gonna sleep with this person.
Okay.
I'm just saying, if he's your one-on-one trainer, not only are you getting your body back together, but you're having those same vibes when you're getting ready to go to the gym. Like, you know what I mean? And he's the one boosting you up. You got another man boosting you up that doesn't have anything to do with the relationship, and it really does help. I'm telling you. Yeah, I got me a fine ass trainer. I was over it in about 2 months.
2 months.
But it took the whole 2 months. Though.
What's the longest you've been on a heartbreak though?
The longest it took me to get completely over a heartbreak was a year.
Yeah.
I'm sad now. But yeah, no, it took a whole. If you're really in love, it does not go away. That's the one where I had to move away.
My first heartbreak changed me completely.
That's what I'm saying. The first one is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how did it change you? What did it change?
It slowed down my process on starting a family for sure.
Oh, you was all in.
Yeah. Then, yeah.
Okay.
This is like my first official heartbreak was like I was like 23.
Okay.
And then from 23 to 27, I wasn't really taking relationships serious at all. Like, even if I felt like it was something that could have been good, I was just like, I'm focusing on me, and a lot of positives came from that. You know, you get better jobs, you buy a crib, but you still like, you still feel like something missing, but it's still like things that's bothering you, like, you know what I'm saying? And I ain't saying that it's healthy, because I think I probably did need therapy, but I kind of used like I said, like going to the gym and stuff like that.
That was your therapy.
So I think I was over it, but how I was treating the woman I was dating though after that.
The fallout, the other people that get hurt. So other
Yeah,
people
the
can
other
get
people
heartbroken
get-
from your heartbreak.
Because I'm not going in it with the proper mindset. I'm going in it because I know I can get what I want out of it and
That's
moving
not
accordingly.
fair.
Like
That's
that's not fair. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But that's real life though, and that's what several.
Never be a rebound unless you're ready to take on that pain
Wow, that's real.
of that person.
But I don't need. But do we categorize? That's a rebound.
The people who you do wrong because you're still heartbroken, yeah,
Those are
those are
rebounds.
rebounds. All of
Okay.
them are
All
rebounds.
of them are rebounds. Okay.
Yeah. But I'm grateful for heartbreaks because heartbreaks are how you learn your boundaries.
Not
Like,
facts.
how do you even know what your boundaries are unless somebody pushes them to the point where you can't be with that person anymore? So it is also a time of growth. So you can't just look at the glass half empty. Like, there's a lot to learn and a lot to take with you for life for these heartbreaks. These are life lessons that you're learning that you wouldn't learn any other way.
That's real.
Yeah. Yeah, you establish, sometimes if you establish what you don't want, it's easier to discern what you want. You know what I mean? It's easier to get what you want. Yeah. Some people, you know, that's a whole nother conversation.
Who do you think recovers from heartbreaks better, men or women?
Women.
Why?
I think because most of the time,
But when y'all hurt.
we do it harder, but we do it better.
But y'all do it quick. Y'all recover quicker. Once they.
No, y'all recover quicker, we recover better.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we were saying the same thing. I got you. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, men recover faster. So a man might get into a new relationship within
Quicker.
2 months of a breakup.
That's what be pissing y'all off.
Yeah, real bad. But let me tell you, a year from now, that girl you with, you gonna be looking at her in disgust.
That's
Yeah.
real. That's real too.
You gonna be like,
Yeah, I thought I
Lord.
thought, yeah, the grass ain't greener sometimes.
Men recover quicker, women recover better. She might end up with Bill Gates or some Elon Musk next. Like, you never know like who her next man is gonna be. But he's definitely, for her own ego and her own pride and her own growth, he's gonna be better than you. And she's gonna make sure you know that. Like, it's not gonna be just anybody. Look, I'm over it. I done got Susie. You know what I mean? Anybody. You know, my ex tried to recover with a damn server at a Mexican restaurant. Thought that was gonna do something.
See, I thought you talking about pesos on the side of the street.
A Mexican restaurant. She was our server.
That's wild.
That's
how
a
it
true
be.
story.
That's how it be.
That's a true story. They're not together, but
That's
it's
wild.
true. They might recover quick and like, damn, he moved on fast. But I'm gonna do it better.
We get over it faster.
Yeah.
But we be high on that shit though.
But
think of something, we be high on that shit.
yeah.
We might smash a girl quicker than you would go and have sex with somebody else. But I don't think that truly though we be over. I think it does take a minute though, depending on the structure of that relationship. I don't think most men is just having sex quick and cool with that. Like they cool with that. They cool with the nut, but they after the nut over that's who she thinking about.
Yeah.
Who he thinking about.
See, and this is another huge generalization, but most times in a breakup, it be the man's fault. So we're going with that. It's not necessarily true all the time, but we're gonna go
with that.
In this situation,
We're
right?
gonna go with that, right.
If it's the man's fault, right? He has to live with that. Like the song Cry when Jay-Z said, "I gotta live with the fact I did you wrong forever." Right? So he's looking back at that relationship in regret. But the woman is looking back on the relationship like she dodged a bullet. So I think that helps in the recovery process. Like if you have regrets and you know you were wrong and you know that was a good woman, that's a different that's a different avenue to take when you get over it. But if you're like, damn, I'm proud of myself. He was doing me wrong. I stood up for myself. It's over. And now I can move on to a healthier relationship. You don't look back in that relationship and regret. You look back at that relationship in like a win. Like, damn, it's over. Thank God. Like, you know, it's not the same reminisce. You know what I mean?
I was trying to change the subject.
Change it. Cause,
What do like? So how do you feel when a girl fuck up?
Same thing. If you're the one who did wrong, you're gonna have a harder time with the heartbreak part of it because you know it was your fault. So when a woman does wrong, it's even worse because when a woman does wrong, we can't take that. Like we can't never be wrong. We can't even be wrong about the restaurant. Like, you know what I mean? So when you know you did somebody wrong or you cheated and got caught or whatever you did.
You just be like, fuck it.
No, it burns. It's like I was the wrong one. People will make up a lie to make the other person wrong. So that they don't have to feel like they were the wrong one. That's when you get the lick back, that whole lick back shit. That's so that the man, you can make him wrong. If that makes any sense.
So when he levels up.
After you did him wrong?
After you did him wrong. What those thoughts is like?
Regret.
Okay.
Regret. I had a good man and I messed it up. And for those women, I would say immediately go to therapy because guess what? You're going to mess it up with the next man too. Even if you don't want to, that's just your MO and you're going to keep doing it and self-sabotaging. So yeah, if you the one messed it up, go to therapy. Women shouldn't be the one messing it up. That's a man's job.
That's a man's job to mess shit up. That's crazy. That's a classic line right there, y'all. That's a classic line.
We can't take it.
Yeah.
We can't take being wrong. Just don't be wrong.
I've been in situations where I'm gonna let you go right quick. So I've been in situations where I was the one that messed up. So I know that feeling of woulda, coulda, shoulda, and goddamn. I should have did that better, and should have communicated better. I should have just kept it 100 from the jump, and trying to be spiteful. And,
but either way, both people learn. You learn what you should have done or what you could have done better, and she learns what she's not going to tolerate. So it's a learning lesson for both of them. Either the other way around. I might think if I mess it up, oh, I could have communicated better, X, Y, Z. And the man's going to be like, okay, I'm not going to deal with a girl who gets sloppy drunk on the weekends anymore. That I'm done with that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you learn your boundaries. So both people learn. A heartbreak is not necessarily
it can also be a lesson. No, it's definitely a lesson too.
Yeah.
And it's a lesson with who you need to be for the next relationship, and how you also want to be treated.
Yeah.
For the next relationship.
But honestly, the end all be all recovery for a heartbreak is time. In the beginning, it always feels like the end of the world. No matter what, it doesn't matter. It always feels like the end of the world. But I guarantee, a year from now, you will not be thinking that. And you gotta cut off all ties. When you're in a heartbreak, the worst thing you can do is try to be friends. That's normally like everybody's default when they're breaking up is let's be friends. That is the most toxic, more heartbreak. There's more. If you couldn't even handle whatever y'all were handling when y'all were in a committed relationship, you think you're going to be able to handle what that person's doing when y'all are friends and have no title and have no commitment? That's crazy. You're just putting yourself through more heartbreak. Never be friends. And let time do its thing.
Yeah.
In conclusion,
even though I'm
how to survive a heartbreak?
Yeah,
time. Time is the answer.
That's the one thing. Time, and focus on the important shit. Focus on your well-being. Ain't nothing wrong with going out of town and doing stuff. It's healthy to do that.
Yeah.
Just don't take the lesson from it. That's the most important thing to me. Take the lesson from it. Whether it was your fault or it wasn't your fault. Take the lesson from it. That's the most important part to me.
I say time and self-investment.
And everything at a loss too.
Yeah.
Sometimes that needed to happen.
heartbreaks
For
have
sure.
saved our lives. Like heartbreaks have definitely saved our lives. That crazy heartbreak I was telling you about, had I not gone through that, I would be having a life of misery. So heartbreak, just look at it as a blessing. Just look at it as God just, spanking you on your ass a little bit and letting you go on and live your life. But time and self-investment equals you're over your heartbreak. Time and self-destruction is a no. A lot of people self-destruct.
Self-destruction.
You can either self-invest after a heartbreak or you can self-destruct after a heartbreak. And a lot of people self-destruct and it's not cute. It's not nice to see. We all know somebody going in destruction and despair over somebody. And honestly, the ones who actually are doing the self-destruction are the ones that would cause the breakup. So yeah.
That's some real shit.
Yeah. Is that it?
That's it. Thank y'all for the ones that's watching. I appreciate y'all for watching the live stream. We doing more things, man. We're gonna end it tonight. New episode dropping on Sunday. For the ones that's watching, y'all the first to know it's dropping on Sunday evening. And thank you for watching. Unspoken ATL, we out.
Thank you.